Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Three-Man Weave, live here from Assembly Hall, following the biggest win in the Tom Crean era, the first win over a number one ranked team in the nation since 2006 or no
2001.
2001 exactly, when they beat Duke in the Sweet 16, or when they beat Michigan State here. That was their last home win over a number one team in the nation. 2002 was their last win when they beat Duke in the Sweet 16. Christian Watford, the kid from Birmingham, Alabama, hitting the shot of his life from the left wing. He said the last time he had a game winner was in second grade. I have a feeling this one had a little bit more, just a little more juice behind it.
Maybe.
They might have rushed the floor for the second floor.
He did. He actually said that following the game that they did. But I have a feeling a few more fans rushed Branch McCracken Court tonight than they did back in Birmingham, Alabama in 2002. What a shot by Watford. The play, the guy said they didn't really draw that up in the huddle. Verdell Jones just kind of found Watford, who really wasn't guarded on the final play, after Kentucky elected not to foul, which they had 2 fouls to give on the final trip. And Watford made a huge shot. Guys, what were you thinking when IU had that 10-point lead in the second half, then saw really wilt away because Marcus T just made play after play late in the game, and then the Hoosiers got the missed free throw, and then he made the second before Watford hit the final shot.
I just want to chirp in real quick with Watford. He also helped shut down Terrence Jones, which is huge.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to
definitely will get to that.
Let's focus on the shot.
Sorry.
Unbelievable. That's a shot that's going to be replayed at IU for the next 30 years. That's one that IU fans are going to be YouTubing forever.
It'll be on the Jumbotron the next game.
Oh, yeah. It does not get any bigger than that. Christian Watford is an IU legend in the same fashion that Kirk Hastings is a legend, and the same way that AJ Moye is a legend.
It's smart, everybody. Yeah.
Couldn't have drawn up a bigger situation, a more big-time play to have that game end. And we said with a few minutes left that IU they can't afford to play not to lose, meaning that they couldn't waste the shot clock, they couldn't get it down to 5 seconds and then force up these shots, and they did that, and they blew the lead late. And we all thought I thought it was done.
Right.
I thought it was dead and over. Oladipo turns it over. I thought it was game right there.
I leaned over to you, Connor, with about probably 4 or 5 minutes left when you saw the Wildcats making that run. I said, who's going to be the guy that's going to step up for IU? Who is going to be the guy that wants that shot at the end? And we saw it was Watford. He wanted it. Jones found him. And again, the big thing for me late was not only his job on Jones, but he also scored in, I believe, 4 threes. He also took some guys off the dribble. For a guy that's had up and down start to the year, Victor Oladipo said it was kind of just assurance that he was that guy. He is the most talented player, I think, on IU's roster. I think everybody would with that. Cody Zeller's got all the headlines, but without Derek Elston tonight, it was Watford who routinely made those big plays for IU, and none bigger came on that final shot.
It was simply unbelievable. I was talking to one of the Kentucky writers after the game, and it was almost as if everything was just written up too perfectly.
Yeah.
It was in my mind when Christian Watford released the shot from about 10, 15 feet from us here. Part of me said it has to go in.
Yeah.
It's just the end of the chapter, all the build up to it. I remember when the spread came out and it was 3.5 points favoring Kentucky, and one sports writer comically tweeted, if Kentucky is favored by only 3.5 points, every game, I'm going to die a rich man. And I was one of them. I predicted in the column that I thought that IU was going to lose by 10. And
We'll get to that later.
You got the Sharpie ready.
I got the Sharpie.
Oh, boy.
and it was just absolutely an incredible ride. I'm still having trouble believing that it happened.
And Watford's play was needed tonight. As we mentioned, Elston did not play. Back injury, I believe Tom Crean said he practiced a little bit on Thursday, a little more on Friday. He could have gone, I believe is what Tom said, but kind of a coach's move. He elected not to play him. He will play against Notre Dame next Saturday, Tom said, or he at least expects him to play. So Watford and Cody Zeller really, I don't know how many minutes they played. Zeller 37 and Christian 30. Yeah. So 67 of 80 when you talk about your 4 and 5 guys is a lot going up against the front line. Kind of talk a little bit about what Watford did on the other end of the floor, and kind of Anthony Davis's. Really, when Davis wasn't on the floor, that's when IU made the runs.
Everybody's going to talk about the Christian Watford shot, and it's going to have some sort of name that's going to go down in history. But IU's not in that position if Christian Watford doesn't play the way he does against Terrence Jones. Truly incredible if you look at the fact that Terrence Jones coming into this game as a preseason All-American, leading scorer for Kentucky, has been able to dominate every big man that he has faced this year. Might end up being a first-team All-American guy at the end of this season. He was invisible. Make no mistake about it, Terrence Jones was not a factor in this game.
I don't believe he played about the last 8 or 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Duran Lamb was.
It wasn't even in much of foul trouble. Duran Lamb was the leading scorer for a long time for them. Terrence Jones had more turnovers. Get this, more turnovers than points and rebounds combined
For a power forward.
That's a stupid statistic, and I can't get over it. And you talked about it before, the job that Cody Zeller was able to do on Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is likely going to be the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft come next summer, and he was a non-factor. Yes, he made some stupid freshman fouls and got involved in foul trouble too early, but Zeller really did a good job of making sure that he was away from the basket, and the lob passes that did happen, they were able to limit them late, and he was not able to take over this. He has been able to. He's dominated. These are guys that have dominated North Carolina and Kansas.
He's second in the nation in blocks.
Yeah, second in the nation in blocks. And you know what? Zeller and Watford on the defensive end tonight, you just can't say enough about their performance.
The key for me was IU led 20-14, I believe, just before the under-8 timeout. Davis fouls Zeller and won. That was Anthony Davis' second foul of the first half. Coach Cal sat him for the rest of the half. IU went on a 16-2 run before UK went on that 7-0 run in the half. And in the second half, he went to the bench with Kentucky leading 35-34. IU answered with a 10-0 run after that. And his fourth foul, probably one of the dumbest fouls I think any coach would say, fouled Verdell Jones shooting a three. Not only Verdell hitting all 3 free throws, but I don't know about you guys, but I think he's given him a little confidence boost for Jones. Sometimes when a guy is struggling with the game, if he gets fouled on a 3 like that, goes to the line, hits all 3 shots. Tom Crean said it was about 3 or 4 minutes left. He looked at Jones. He says, "We need your senior leadership." Darius Miller, their senior was in the game. They went small with Jones out, and it was Verdell.
Small, if you can call it that.
Smaller,
Yeah.
with Miller being the 4, or I guess because Michael Kidd, Gilchrist has matched up with Jordan Holes all game, so Miller was guarding Watford, so Watford did have a few inches there. So then it was Jones' time to find Watford. Guys, anything else in this game? Points in the paint, Kentucky had 50, and then they hit 10 free throws. I thought IU did a great job of getting to the line and making their free throws. I believe in the first half, Kentucky was 1 of 4 from the line, and they really shot all 4 of those free throws early in the half. IU kept them away from the line, and rebounds, 30-30. I mean, if you would have told Tom Crean at the start of the night you're going to tie them in rebounds, and they had more offensive rebounds too. 14-10. So those are the keys for me. Anything else for you guys?
I'm a big proponent of the timely threes. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really, basketball is a game of runs a lot of the time, and when Jordan Holes came down the court and nailed those threes, and IU was hitting a lot of the open threes that you need to hit. 9-15. I mean, that's so efficient. You know, and to hit those timely threes, to make those shots, and the crowd responds. And, you know, it was just a little bit louder every time with every made 3. It just heightened the decibel level until just ungodly, noise. I thought those 3-pointers were huge and really prevented Kentucky from going on a big-time run.
IU had 6 guys with at least 8 points. Verdell Jones is the only guy not in double figures who scored. Tom Pritchard, Daniel Moore also played 16 minutes combined. Connor, for you, anything else?
Just the fact that Terrence Jones and Anthony Davis attempted 7 shots in this game. They attempted 7 shots combined for 10
Probably
points.
A lot of those were early, too.
They were non-factors in this game. They were completely invisible, and I think that ultimately was the key to this game. And you know what? If you had told me going in, I would have, offered to draw up a unibrow on my forehead. But that's what you're going to do right now, Avi, isn't it?
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and do that. Real quick, another little nugget I'd like to throw in there. Is this the most points that a team has scored against Kentucky all year? On average, Kentucky was allowing less than 60 points to their opponents.
Kentucky was 57-1 under Coach Cal, and they allow fewer than 67 points. So they lead the nation in field goal defense. And without further ado, I know all the students that were on the floor tonight will love to see a picture and video of this. So Avi, go ahead, pull the only Anthony Davis impression you can come close to pulling off would be a unibrow right now. So let's see it.
Yeah, in honor of Anthony Davis.
Make sure you get it close.
Make
sure everybody's seeing this.
All right. Thanks. You
don't have his wingspan. You're the number 1 pick in April's draft.
Hey, don't sleep on me.
Oh my.
Oh god.
That is a
Anthony
treat.
Davis can pull that off a lot better.
Oh, is there Is
How
it-
crooked is that?
It's hard when you. Do you want to help me out?
God.
You guys want to help me out a little?
You are no artist.
No, come on,
Yeah, I
help
got
me
you.
out. Help me out.
Oh my
All
God.
right, we're getting that real
That
nice
is-
and thick, Bowen, aren't we?
Thick.
That is a big
Connor,
one.
you want to? I know you want.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Let's see how this turned out.
Oh,
Wow,
boy.
That's good.
that's
On that note,
I feel like you've been coloring the other two. We got to even that out sometime, hopefully before finals start.
Kevin, I hate you.
Yeah. So IU has a week off now before Notre Dame, a team that has been decimated by injuries this year. So IU could very well head into Big Ten play undefeated. I don't think anybody thought that happened at the start of the year. The question comes Monday: where will they fall in the rankings? It'll be interesting to see. It'll be the first time IU is ranked
17th.
under Tom Crean. We'll see. But yeah, for Bobby Zalen, Connor O'Gara, I'm Kevin Bowen. A night to remember here at Assembly Hall. And again, IU's first win in this building over #1 team since 2001.
This is permanent. I did not know that.
go crazy. Go crazy.
Did not know this was